the Viking Age, a time of fearless raiders, daring explorers, and influential traders. These fierce warriors from Scandinavia left an indelible mark on history. From the late 8th century to the 11th century, they spread out from their homelands. They traveled across Europe and beyond. They were fierce and skilled warriors. They instilled fear in the hearts of their enemies. But they were more than just raiders. They were skilled navigators, explorers, and traders. The Vikings established settlements, forged trade routes, and impacted the course of medieval Europe. Their voyages took them to distant lands. They reached North America centuries before Columbus. They traded with the Byzantine Empire in the east. Join us as we set sail into the age of the Vikings. To understand the Vikings, we must first understand their homeland. Scandinavia, a region encompassing present-day Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, was a land of stark beauty and harsh conditions. It was a region defined by towering mountains, dense forests, and a jagged coastline carved by glaciers. The Vikings, or Norsemen as they were also known, were shaped by this challenging environment. They became resilient, resourceful, and fiercely independent. Life in Viking Age Scandinavia was primarily agricultural. People lived in small villages or farmsteads. They relied on farming, fishing, and hunting for sustenance. Land was a precious commodity, and competition for resources was fierce. Families were the cornerstone of Viking society. Loyalty to one's kin was paramount. Viking law emphasized honor, courage, and self-reliance. The Vikings were unparalleled seafarers, navigating treacherous waters with skill and precision. Their longships, designed for speed and agility, allowed them to travel vast distances. From raiding coastal villages to establishing trade networks, the Vikings mastered the art of the sea. Their legacy as masters of the waves endures to this day. The Viking Age erupted onto the European scene with a series of shocking raids. The first documented Viking raid was on the Lindisfarne Monastery in England in 793 AD. This event sent shockwaves through Christian Europe. It marked the dawn of a new era filled with fear and uncertainty. The Vikings, with their swift raids, became synonymous with terror and destruction. Their motives were multifaceted. A combination of factors drove them to raid. These factors included overpopulation in Scandinavia, the lure of wealth, and the quest for glory. Monasteries and coastal towns were easy targets. They were often poorly defended and held treasures that the Vikings coveted. The Vikings' military prowess, combined with their element of surprise, made them a formidable force. The Vikings were skilled warriors. They were adept at both land and naval warfare. Their tactics were often brutal and effective. While the Vikings are often remembered for their raids, they were also skilled explorers who ventured far beyond the familiar shores of Scandinavia. Driven by a thirst for adventure, new lands, and perhaps even escaping conflicts or seeking new opportunities, they set sail across the Atlantic Ocean, discovering and settling new territories. Their voyages took them to Iceland, Greenland, and even the coast of North America, centuries before Columbus. Iceland, with its volcanic landscapes and fertile valleys, was settled by the Vikings in the 9th century. Led by explorers like Floki Vilger-Darsson, they established a unique society governed by the Althing, one of the world's oldest parliaments. Greenland, despite its harsh conditions, was also settled by Eric the Red, who, according to legend, named it Greenland to attract settlers. Perhaps the most remarkable Viking voyage was that of Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red, who, around the year 1000, landed on the coast of North America. Archaeological evidence, including the remains of a Viking settlement at Lance-aux Meadows, supports this claim. What's something people don't know about the Vikings? The image of the Viking raider, while enduring, only tells part of the story. The Vikings were not just warriors. They were also shrewd traders and skilled craftsmen. They established extensive trade networks that spanned across Europe and beyond, connecting Scandinavia to the Byzantine Empire in the east and the Abbasid Caliphate in the south. Their trading activities played a crucial role in shaping the economy and culture of medieval Europe. Viking merchants traveled vast distances in their longships, carrying goods such as furs, timber, walrus ivory, slaves, honey, and weapons. In return, they brought back silver, silk, spices, and other luxury items from the east. The Vikings established trading posts and towns along their trade routes, some of which, like Dublin, Ireland, and York, England, grew into major urban centers. The Viking worldview was deeply intertwined with their mythology, a rich tapestry of gods, giants, monsters, and heroes. Norse mythology, passed down through generations in the form of epic poems and sagas, provides a glimpse into the Vikings' beliefs, values, and understanding of the world around them. It reveals a people who revered strength, courage, and wisdom, but who also acknowledged the capricious nature of fate and the ever-present threat of chaos. At the heart of Norse mythology lies the 9 realms, including Asgard, the realm of the gods, Midgard, the realm of humans, and Jotunheim, the realm of the giants. Odin, the All-Father, ruled over the gods, while Thor, the god of thunder, protected Asgard and Midgard from the giants. Daily life in the Viking Age was challenging but vibrant. Families lived in long houses, communal dwellings where they cooked, ate, and slept. Women played a crucial role in Viking society, managing households, weaving and raising children. Feasting, storytelling, and games were common forms of entertainment. Secrets from the Earth Viking ship burials. Archaeological discoveries have played a crucial role in unraveling the mysteries of the Viking Age. One of the most remarkable finds has been the excavation of Viking ship burials, elaborate graves that provide invaluable insights into their beliefs, social structures, and craftsmanship. These burials, often containing the remains of high-status individuals, were filled with grave goods, including weapons, jewelry, tools, and even sacrificed animals. The Oseberg ship, unearthed in Norway in 1904, is perhaps the most famous example of a Viking ship burial. The Gokstad ship, discovered in 1880, is another impressive find, revealing a fully equipped warship complete with its mast, sail, and oars. Sagas of exploration: Erik the Red, Bjarni, Herjolfsson, and Leif Erikson. The sagas, epic tales passed down orally for generations before being written down centuries later, are filled with stories of daring Viking explorers who ventured into the unknown. These sagas, while often blending fact and fiction, provide a glimpse into the Viking spirit of adventure and their thirst for new horizons. Among the most famous of these explorers are Erik the Red, Bjarni Herjolfsson, and Leif Erikson. I, Erik the Red, was banished from Iceland for manslaughter, but I found a new land to call home. I named it Greenland to make it sound more appealing to potential settlers. While it may seem like a misnomer today, parts of Greenland were likely greener during my time due to a period of warmer climate. Bjarni Herjolfsson, another intrepid explorer, is said to have been the first European to sight North America. According to the sagas, Bjarni was blown off course while sailing from Iceland to Greenland and spotted land to the west. His tales of a new land inspired Leif Erikson, son of Erik the Red, to set sail westward. Erikson and his crew established a small settlement at L'Anse aux Meadows in present-day Newfoundland, Canada. The end of an era, the twilight of the Viking Age. The Viking Age, like all eras, eventually drew to a close. A confluence of factors contributed to its decline, including climate change, the consolidation of power in European kingdoms, the Christianization of Scandinavia, and the Vikings' gradual integration into the broader European world. Climate change, particularly the onset of a colder period known as the Little Ice Age, made farming more difficult in Scandinavia and likely contributed to the decline of Viking settlements in Greenland. The rise of powerful kingdoms in England, France, and other parts of Europe, coupled with the development of more organized defenses, made Viking raids less profitable and more dangerous. The Christianization of Scandinavia, a gradual process that began in the 10th century, also played a role in the decline of Viking culture. A lasting legacy: the Vikings in history and culture. The Viking Age, though spanning a relatively short period, left an indelible mark on history and continues to captivate our imaginations today. Their legacy is multifaceted, encompassing their seafaring prowess, their influence on trade and exploration, their impact on European politics and culture, and their enduring presence in art, literature, and popular culture. The Vikings were master shipbuilders and navigators. Their longships a testament to their technological ingenuity. Their voyages across the Atlantic Ocean to Iceland, Greenland, and North America, centuries before Columbus, shattered the geographical boundaries of their time. Their exploration and settlement of these new lands expanded the map of the known world and left an enduring legacy of Scandinavian culture in these regions. The Vikings' impact on European politics and culture was significant. Their raids, while initially disruptive, contributed to the growth of feudalism and the consolidation of power in some kingdoms. Their trading activities facilitated cultural exchange and introduced new goods and ideas to Europe.